What up, dog?
What's up?
Uh, I think you might be my youngest guest I've ever had on here.
Hey, that's an honor.
Well, I had one girl one time, but it never aired because it was pretty brutal.
Huh. Well, I'm
But I've
glad
hung out with you
glad
enough. I've, I've hung out with you enough to know it's not going to be brutal.
it won't be horrible.
It won't be terrible. So Ty Smith is he's 17, 18. You're 17, still 17.
Yeah.
17-year-old phenom out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. How's life going, dude? How's it going with the all the management group and all that stuff? Is everything going good?
Everything's been incredible, man. We actually just got back from Houston. We're out there for a night, hanging out with management, and yeah, it's been going great. I love my management. I love the company they stand for, and they're great people.
Very cool, very cool. His name's Mike, right?
Yeah, Mike Williams,
Yeah.
he works for Confedo Productions, and they work hand in hand with Pink Bows Foundation, which is a foundation. And don't 100% fact check me because I might mess up some small things. But from what I understand, it's the foundation covers safety at public events and organizations, to keep things like the Astroworld incident from happening. And
Mm.
it's a great organization. They spread awareness to the dangers of what could happen at events. And I really have enjoyed kind of working with them, just to bring, safety to everywhere we play.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's one thing. It's funny because at the country concerts, it's not as big of a necessity, like what I've noticed, like at the country festivals and stuff, there's not a whole lot of crap that goes on. But man, when you get into those like hip hop concerts and when you get into like some of the rock concerts, like woof. Now the rock concerts, I think it's all done in fun, but uh
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know, man. It's yeah, that the Astroworld, here in Houston, Texas, that Astroworld thing was crazy. And it's funny because you would think that those promoters would learn their lessons by now with the different incidents with like Woodstock 99 and like all of these different things. You would think that they would learn their lesson by now, but I guess the repercussions for not handling your shit is not as stiff as they should be, or they would figure that out, I think.
Yeah. I mean, like, it, it all could have been avoided. That was the worst part about it. People passed away from it, and it was completely avoidable. Like none of that ever had to happen at all.
Yeah, it's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. But hey, it is what it is. I wasn't there. I didn't die. So I
It's
feel sorry for people that pass away, but people pass away every day and I'm still alive. So I guess I'll just take that as a win.
Yeah, man, it's a blessing. We don't have to be a part of. We get to be on stage usually in a safe spot. But even
Yeah.
I don't know if you've had it at festivals. I've been playing bigger festivals where even in all the green rooms they have, like, this is what to do in case of active shooter on premises. This is what the code is. Like, you have to go through at festivals in your own green room and like make sure you do the right thing and during protocols.
Yeah. I'm not following any of those protocols. That's what I told my kid. My kid, he's a freshman in high school. And I told him, this is what I told him. And I don't care who knows it. I told him that if he hears gunshots, you run as fast as you can out of that school. I don't care where you don't hunker down. You don't wait around. You don't go try to save anybody's life. You run out of that school as fast as possible. Because here's the problem with the schools. The odds are the shooter is going through the same training as the kids are.
Mhm.
So they're going to know exactly what to do. Like I told him, don't listen to any of that training. You get out of the school. And I honestly don't care if anybody has a problem with that at all, because, you know, I would much rather him take off running and be a moving target, than just sit there, like a sitting duck, just waiting to get shot.
Yeah, that's one reason, not really a reason, but that's one thing I don't have to worry about virtual school because I'm on the road full time doing this music thing, and I get to sit at home all day on my laptop getting all my stuff done
Yeah,
away
yeah,
from
yeah. How's
everything.
that? But really, man, like what's crazy is you're probably learning more than the kids at the school are learning.
Yeah,
Right? Because you're actually learning like real life stuff, but also because you probably have lesson plans and stuff that you have to follow. I bet, and you're on your own. I bet you learn more than a kid that actually goes to school for 8 hours a day or whatever. I'd be willing to bet it because like my kid, he's not learning anything. Like the down here in Texas, I know you're up in Oklahoma, but down here in Texas, dude, the entire school system is a total joke. Now, that's not to talk shit about teachers. There's some great teachers. I'm not talking shit about teachers. I'm talking about the overall system is so fucked that there's no way our kids are learning anything. And then they get out in the real world and they have no idea how to deal with the real world. They also they have no idea how to deal with they don't know anything.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
crazy. It's fucking insane. The world is insane, Ty. The
yeah.
world is insane.
I I've tried to like make hangouts with friends, and I found it kind of hard to blend in with your average 17 to 18-year-old kid. Um,
Yeah.
and I
Well,
think
that's
it's a
because
good thing, you know.
yeah, you spend a
But
lot of time with us older folks too, though.
I have,
You know, and you're not a normal 17-year-old kid. John Teague and I talked about that a little bit on while we were on that road trip this year, me, you, and him, and we talked about how much like you're how much more mature you are than most 17-year-olds that are around there.
yeah. I mean, like you said, I
In
think it
some
boils
ways.
down to in some ways. Um, Now I think I do live in a pool hall slash bar when I'm
Yeah.
not on the road playing music. So I think that has a lot to do with it too. Just being around. I mean, it's just a bunch of grandmas and grandpas at the pool hall, pretty much, for the most
Yeah.
part. Especially like on Mondays and Tuesdays, I'll go in there and I mean, that's just what I do. I hang out with older people, and so when I get around these young kids and they go 6, 7, and they all bust out laughing, and I just sit there because then I feel like I'm the dumbass, you know.
Right. Like what the fuck
Just
is
like
6'7"?
what is
Yeah.
like I don't get it at all.
They don't get it either. That's the whole point. I got to give the youngins a little bit of props of getting over on the adults on that shit because it really doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean shit. It's just something they started doing just to kind of see if we would get, and of course, like everything else, people start making up shit about it and it's this and it's that when it's really just it has to do with like some basketball player, some bullshit, but like I said, the world we live in right now is so crazy. Right now I'm currently getting certified by Google. Uh-oh.
Sorry, are we good?
I think so. I think it's back recording.
Okay. Let me make sure that doesn't happen again.
Cool.
Sorry, I had an alarm set for set for this.
Oh, okay, cool, cool, cool. No worries. Anyway, I'm currently taking a class with like the Google University or whatever to get certified to do Google Ads and SEO and all that stuff. And dude, the second module I took is all DEI and how important it is.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? Like, like no wonder these kids are graduating college and graduating high school being completely and totally brainwashed. I mean, that's the second module. So you're telling me that's the second most important thing about digital marketing is DEI? Fucking idiots, dude. Anyway, not to get political or any bullshit, but I'm just like, I don't know, man. Nothing's normal anymore, I guess.
That's what the world is now, though. Even from like artist point of view, it's hard to like as an artist for me. I don't care about politics because I'm not gonna be able to change anybody's mind for one. And second thing, I don't know much about. I don't know. I mean, I don't know shit about politics, so it doesn't mean anything for me to go out on a stage and to try to push my beliefs on the people. instead of just
Yeah.
playing my songs and the reason they came there for, you know? And it's like it, but it's made it so hard where you have to avoid so many things now. I feel like,
You
or
don't.
else
You
something
don't.
gets bad.
You don't. Like you don't. Here's the deal, man. And this is something that I've learned, whether it's politics or anything else. 10% of the people out there are gonna hate you no matter how good you are. It doesn't matter, and they're gonna come up with something to complain about, something to moan and bitch, and, uh, and it just is what it is. So just be you and do things the way you think you should do, and I agree, like, I don't get political on stage at all, like, I refuse, um, because I just I want everybody in the audience I want it to be kind of an escape from from
Mhm. From
from
all
all
the
that shit.
from all the world,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, man, for sure, for sure, for sure. So let's talk about a little songwriting retreat we went on up in Oklahoma a few months ago. Man, that was cool, dude. Thank you so much for getting me hooked up with that. I had a great, great, great time, man.
Yeah, I was super, super happy that Bryce, the guy who put it on, his name's Bryce Dykes. Once a year, he has a writers retreat here in Oklahoma, and he called me and he said, "Hey, we got some spots to fill. I don't know if you know anybody or not." And I was like, "I know a bunch of people." And I called Jeff. I called John Teague from the Teague Brothers band. I called Henry Williams, um, and y'all got in different trucks and y'all drove all the way to Oklahoma just to come blow off a weekend with us. And it was
We did,
so much fun. It was so much fun.
dude. Yeah, it was unbelievable. I got 2 songs that are gonna be in the new record out from that one trip.
Yeah.
So, which
I
is
got a
cool,
new
cool, cool, cool.
I got a new one recorded. I'm excited for it.
Did you record the football one?
Yeah. Yeah, we did.
Alright, dude.
Super
I
excited
like
for
it.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, man. John's an animal, dude. That dude's an animal.
Yeah, he's a wordsmith. Um, Definitely one of the writers in the industry that out of all the award shows and all the stuff people put out and all the stuff people get recognized for, they're a band that really doesn't fall into any mainstream Texas country categories, if that makes sense. And I feel
Yeah.
like they are so underrated. I mean, we watched them at Ho Chi
Agreed.
Town. We watched them at Ho Chi Town open up for Will, right there before we left for that trip. And the Teague Brothers have been like one of my favorites for the last 3 years. I've been like nonstop on them. They're on my playlist. That's what I listen to. And like seeing them live is just different. Like it just hits everything. You're in the room, you know, you feel the bass shake the walls and you feel the drums bounce everywhere and it's just a different experience,
Yeah,
you know.
man, they're great. And he's equally as good in the full band as he is in the acoustic setting as well, which is really, really cool because a lot of times it's not the case, you know? And
In
he
a
can like
different
hold it
yeah.
right in a completely different way, 100%. Like when we were up there and we played the room up there in what was the place called? The room
Cars.
Boxcars. Dude, like
Yeah.
that show, man, us 3 up there on that stage, that's like in the top 3 shows of my career, bro. Like, that was such a fun time, just us 3 up there cutting up to 2.5 hours, crowd eating out of the palm of our hands. Uh, Man, god dang, dude, if every show was like that, I would never have anything to complain about, ever.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's you know, I brought y'all up there for that. And I was that was my goal was to be like, look, there's people up here who actually give a damn about what we do. Whereas,
Yeah,
you know, y'all could help me get into a venue in Texas, but the venue in Texas doesn't give a shit that I'm there. Cause
right.
in Texas, they've spoiled themselves with these songwriters that are incredible at what they do. There's nothing to take. I'm not taking anything away from the writers or anything, but the people, I mean, they're playing every other bar on the strip of every town, you know, and it's like these people up in Wisconsin, they want to hear your songs just as much, actually a whole lot more than these people in Texas do. And that's kind of
Oh, yeah,
what we
Texas
found.
Yeah, Texas, man. Texas is one of those places where we've had such an amazing live music scene over the last 3 decades plus that I think people are just they just take it for granted now. They're spoiled, like you said. Now, there's definitely now if somebody's going to hear this and take offense to it, and I just want to say, "Fuck you." We're not talking to you. We're there's always an exception to the rule, but for the most part, when you go out and play live shows in Texas, the general public does not give a shit.
Yeah.
But you say it's kind of the same way in Tulsa too, right?
Yeah, man, I mean, there's nowhere to
Are
really
you?
Kane's Ballroom.
It yeah. Is your
Kane's
connection really
Ballroom.
bad? I don't know if that's going to cause a problem or not. You keep cutting out.
Let me try something there. Maybe that'll help.
All right, let's see what happens. I don't know. I mean, it's hard to see you, but usually that's why you have to have the app. It like saves both and uploads both. So we might be okay. It may not. We'll just have to see what it looks like after this.
Um, but yeah, like we have Kane's Ballroom, and
Yeah,
that's like one of the coolest venues in my opinion, like out there. Like Kane's is, but I've grown up here, so.
yeah,
But I mean, we don't have much. We have a couple other venues that are like 300 cap, 400 cap. Um, we have Mercury, which is 100 cap, and I mean, it's just there's music going on everywhere every single night of the week. It's the same thing as like Texas, but it's the Tulsa music scene, and they're great. The
yeah,
people in Tulsa are amazing. I mean, that a lot of the guys from that writers retreat, like they're the local guys, that write, but they write amazing, incredible music. But
yeah,
I mean, and there's nothing bad about wanting to just live a life normal and go play music on the side.
for
That's
sure.
just what they do. And but they're incredible. I mean, our local scene's incredible, but it makes it tougher to get into the venues because why would they pay you money when they can have these guys come play for the bar tab and $50 at the door?
Yeah. Yeah, Jack Nelson and I talked about on the last episode about Texas. Here you can make money, like you can make some pretty good money playing music. It's just people don't care, and it just is what it is. I don't really complain about it anymore because you know I, I'm not really playing full time anymore, thank God. Uh, but it's and I'm getting out more and traveling and seeing more of the country and playing for people that do care, and so a lot of the people that want to argue with me about the way the music scene is here, they haven't been outside of Texas. You know what I mean? Or there's some 17, 18, 19, 20-year-old person who doesn't know what it used to be like. Braden Stewart and I talked about that on this episode, on his episode, about how that this is all he's ever known. He's 20 years old and all he's ever known is the way it is right now, and he loves it. But he doesn't know how it was back in the late 90s, early 2000s, mid 2000s, late 2010s. He doesn't know how it was. So,
Yeah,
uh, what
that's what we
what
talk
about you?
about. I
What
mean,
about you?
same thing. I mean, we talked about this after that show at the lodge that night in Tulsa, and I mean, this is all I've ever known. I've
Yeah,
never known um, crowds showing up and respecting the artist when they weren't asked to or when they didn't pay money. I've never known a music scene that isn't completely saturated. I've just
yeah.
this is all I've ever known. In the same way, Braden, it's like it doesn't bother me or get under my skin because I've never known it to be. For me, I don't see it as a downhill because I've been grown up into this way of music. But if you've been around since the 90s, 2000s, you definitely see it as a huge downway spiral, especially with the way AI is taking over stuff.
What about the older cats that you hang out with? Are they kind of in the same where I'm at about it, or do they not really say much about it?
I was talking with Chase from Shane Smith and the Saints about this a couple nights ago. They just went over to Australia and did some shows with William Court Green.
Mm,
And they were like, we couldn't tell that they were enjoying it because nobody would have their phones out during songs. Nobody would be going back and forth to the bars or chatting it up. They would all be dead silent, watching the show, like mesmerized. And Shane Smith's show, which is, if you haven't
yeah.
seen a Shane Smith show, please do yourself a favor and go see them live. They're absolutely incredible. I'm not getting paid to say this. but they are absolutely incredible. They're one of my favorite bands.
Me too, man. So
Um,
good.
but yeah, and then like we don't realize how disrespectful we are over here until we go get a little taste of that, or until we taste the listening room like we tasted, and then we realize, oh man, people are really just disrespectful at shows, and but it's become so common, we've become blind to it.
Yeah, they're not yeah, that's what I so that's what I tell everybody. They're not being disrespectful because to me, disrespectful means intent. They're just ignorant. They're ignorant of what's going on. You know, one of the things, the number one thing I'm being told after these house concerts that I'm giving away is the number one thing, and I'm talking about this is I've been by 40 people, 45 people over the last 4 months, right? Is I have never sat down and watched an artist tell a story about his song, play the song, listen to all the lyrics all through the song. I've never done that before. That's the number one thing I'm being told. And they're like, it's magical. And then that's when I explained, well, you can go to listening rooms and listening rooms, that's how it is. Like, and so, I'm trying to change the world in one little private house concert at a time. Um, and my video that went viral with the shut the fuck up, 12 million people saw me tell people to shut the fuck up. And I don't know, man. It's crazy. I think people are starting to get the hint, maybe, at least at my shows they are, but I don't know.
Yeah, we started to kind of on our acoustic shows, we've kind of started not doing it in listening rooms, but when we know we're gonna have a good crowd for our music, we've um we've started being like, hey, before the show, we'll have somebody come up and be like, hey, we'd love for y'all. Thank y'all for being here. We'd love for y'all to enjoy this show tonight. But by enjoying the show, please respect the artist. And when you present it that way to the crowd, they're usually not upset.
Right. Yeah.
Sometimes you'll have the asshole jock of the group that I like to call him that just comes in to slam beers and yell George Jones covers
Yeah.
all night at the band, and there's always
Fuck,
going to be that guy. But
fuck that guy.
we were playing an arena show, and we were playing an arena show here in Tulsa, and mid set somebody walks up. It's a seated event, so they're seating throughout the whole arena, and they walk up front stage and they requested some George Jones covers. And like I was mid song when they were up there talking, and my tour manager was telling me about it. But they were super sweet. I got to meet them after the show. They were really nice ladies. But it was just kind of funny because I'm like, that's not what we're here for right now.
Yeah, they just don't know. It's like,
Yeah.
and if one thing social media has created, it's a world full of narcissists. When it used to be, we were the only narcissists. Like entertainers were really the only narcissists. Now everyone's a narcissist. And they want what they want when they want it, and they don't really care. You know what I mean? They don't really care who they step on to get it. They don't care. It's like, you know, they don't care.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we have a stupid amount of talent at our fingertips 24 hours a day,
Yeah.
and we can indulge in it, and it's being overindulged, and that's a big problem too, because we don't. I mean, if we got somebody that's got this incredible talent for every other TikTok, then the talent starts to fade, because if everyone can do it, then, if you're getting the perception of everyone's able to do this thing, it's not as special anymore.
Yeah, that's why in the fuck do you think I railed so hard for so long about the iPads?
Yeah.
It's not if you have a brain injury or something, you got something that's not it's not the fact that one person uses the iPad. That's not the problem. The
Mhm.
problem is that so many people that should not be out playing live because they have not done the work to be able to play out live are playing out live. And the more people that play out live, the less special it is. That's my issue. That is my issue with the iPad. That's my issue with looper pedals. That's my issue with harmony pedals. That's my issue with all of that stuff because it makes it's so easy to sound decent now. Whereas
Mhm.
before you had to work your ass off to get better. You know what I mean? And again, I don't complain about it anymore because the people that get it, and the people that don't, and they will never get it. But for those of us that live it, it's like there's nothing worse, man. To me, there's nothing worse than going into a venue and seeing somebody sitting on a bar stool reading their lyrics off an iPad playing a song, because that stage, that seat, that show could have been given to someone who has put in the work and put in the effort.
Yeah.
That's the way I look at it, you know? And now we've trained the audiences out there. Like, I have people all the time, "Hey, man, can you play this song?" And I'm like, "I don't know it." "Oh, well, just look it up on your iPad." Well, first of all, motherfucker, do you see an iPad up here? No, there's not one up here. Second of all, that it's just I would rather hear somebody play 10 songs but be able to give it 100% than somebody that can play 5,000 songs and they're all half-assed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Agreed. I think that I mean, it's such a huge crutch that, I mean, it takes away from the talent of being able to do what you do. And like you said, I understand if you're just starting out and you want to go enjoy playing around the campfire for your buddies, that's great. But once you start filling up these venues, you're
Yeah.
taking food off our tables and you're not providing anything worth service. But
Well,
they're able to pay you.
the overall quality of entertainment has dropped substantially since the iPad came along. And the reason that is because you're just up there reading lyrics off a thing and playing it. When you're doing that, you know what you're not focused on? You're not focused on the audience. You're not focused on the couple that just walked in that are 90 years old, and you can make some first date jokes. You know what I mean? You're missing out on the girl that's way too hot for the dude she's with, and you can make a joke about him out kicking his coverage, and like all of the different ways that you can bring the audience in to be a part of your show. You're not doing that if you're reading them off an iPad. Period. I don't care who you are. Nobody's that good to be able to do that. And then you have the people, well, so and so reads off a teleprompter. Well, so and so earned that. So and so earned that. So and so selling out 2, 3, 4, 10, 50,000 tickets. They can use a fucking teleprompter if they're not. They're not reading Brown Eyed Girl off a fucking iPad at the bar. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, and it's
So,
different once I mean, like it's there as a backup. It's not there for those guys. They know the songs, I promise. But it's there because when you're standing in front of 50,000 people, you want to make sure every single one of those people gets their money's worth for the show.
right.
It's not about reading Brown Eyed Girl off an iPad. It's about making sure we do whatever we can possible to make sure the show goes as smoothly as possible and is entertaining and is, sounds great that we can do to provide the public with that experience of a show, which is
Yeah.
hard to do in stadiums. I talked to Sam Kenny about it from Treaty Oak. Um, for those guys, it's pretty easy, I will say,
Yeah.
because they're just fireballs of energy on stage, and it's incredible to watch.
Right.
But when you got 50,000 people and, or like if you're playing Houston Rodeo, like that's a big shock to a lot of people too, because you're not used to people being so far away from you. You know, when you're at the rodeo, you're on stage looking at walls and walls filled with people that you can't see anybody's faces. You can't tell if anybody's enjoying it. All you can do is put on the show.
Yeah.
And, you know, it makes it incredibly difficult once you get to a certain point because you have to restart your show. Like there's a dive bar gig. You have a certain thing you do, certain things in the set. Um, but that you can't do some of those things in stadiums and arena
Yeah.
shows for sure.
Yeah. That's what I hear people say sometimes. Like, there's a difference between a gig and a show. And my response to that is like, no, there's not. Like, you should treat every gig like it's a fucking show. That's the problem. There's too many motherfuckers out there treating gigs like or treating shows like they're gigs. You know what I mean? And it's like a gig is a show. It's the same thing. Like, and you should put the best show on you can, regardless of what the situation is. Period. End of fucking sentence. You should never get on a stage and half-ass it just because it's a gig or who you're playing in front of. Because you don't ever know. A, you don't ever know who's out there watching you,
Mhm.
and B, again, you're causing you're you're assisting in the devaluation of live music. Like
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean? I don't know if that's a word, devaluation, but it
If
sounds
we
good.
were a forest, they'd be the people cutting down endangered species, you know?
Right. 100%. Right. Yeah. And so, it just is what it is, bro, and there's nothing we could do about it. I think I think one thing we have to get away from as musicians or as, songwriters and stuff is I think we gotta get away from the singles. I think we gotta get back to doing albums. Um,
We need
I
to
think that's
force the attention span to rewind itself. People
yeah,
make them sit down and listen to a record.
yeah,
For sure.
100%, man.
I agree with that.
Yeah, and make them sit down and listen to songs, make them sit down and listen to you. We need venues to hold audiences more accountable. We need, other people in the audiences to hold people accountable. We need the bands to start holding people accountable. Like, if everybody would kinda do their share, if you're in the audience and you're listening to somebody and you got a guy on stage and he's playing something awesome, like tell the people, just be like, "Hey, can y'all be quiet? I'm just trying to listen to this." You can do it and be nice. You don't have to be an asshole about
Yeah.
it. You can be like, "Hey, I'm really trying to listen to this guy, man. Could y'all mind?" And then if they and then it's on them, right? Because 'Cause you've asked them and they're not gonna listen, so now they're being the asshole. So, I just wish there was a way we could make it better, but at the end of the day, it's not gonna get better.
No.
So so you just kinda gotta, do what works for you, you know what I mean? Whatever that looks like. You just have to do that, for each person.
Yeah. I mean, it's a tough thing to do too when you're in, because I mean, if I'm sitting there, the room full of my fans, and we have one table that, like the show in Wisconsin we played, we have this whole room of people listening. They're fans of the show, and there's a one table. They're the odd ducks that they don't give a shit that you're on stage. They'd rather be hearing Hank Williams covers from the jukebox than hear you play. Um, I mean, I don't care about. I try not to be an asshole. But that's just who I am. I'm never gonna change that. But it's like you said, it's like politely tell them to be quiet. Like, you're
Yeah,
ruining the show for everybody else in the room right now
yeah,
by talking over the artist. And I
yeah,
promise you, when we're on a stage and we have a sound that loud going into that room, and you're talking over us, like, it's because you're yelling. You don't know it when you're doing it, but you're yelling, and like, God, it happens every show, really.
yeah,
I mean, every
yeah,
show.
every show. I agree, 100%.
But
So
that
what
show
else you
was
got?
another. That run was great. I love that run.
Oh, dude, man, it was so much fun, dude. Uh, I had such a great time on that trip, man. Like, top 5 runs, the Boxcar Show's top 3 show. Also the Dynamite Lounge thing. I mean, it's a shame about that situation, but, uh, that place was awesome too. The Sunday private party we did, those people were so nice. Everybody, and that's another thing, man. Everybody was so nice and
Yeah.
just, wanted to kinda get to know you. My
Windsor
first time going to Wisconsin, dude, it was pretty rad state.
Windsor was cool. I really enjoyed that place. They got a really
Yeah.
cool venue there.
Yeah, that
Uh,
was a cool venue. The Law Office was cool too. I mean, all the
Office
venues were
was
cool.
great. Yeah, all the venues we went to on that run were great. Um, yeah, I loved that run. I still talk about it to everybody else, and because once you do it, you have 20 other people like, all right, when can we come open for y'all on this run again? And it's like that's magic. You can't recreate what we did on purpose.
No, no.
It's you get the right people on the right stage in front of the right people, and it creates this magical experience of a show. And we figured out how to do that 4 nights in a row. We didn't figure it out. I mean, we
It
were
just
who we
happened.
were,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, I can't wait. On January 16th, we're doing the Do Do, and it's gonna be me, you, John, and Dustin Perkins. And I don't know if you know who Dustin is, but he's
I'm
fantastic.
gonna see him at John's thing coming up this December. Yeah, I'll see Dustin.
Dude, he's fucking great, man. I went out and played a festival with them at the K River Campground in Oklahoma a few weeks ago, and Man, he's just such a cool, down to earth dude, a hell of a songwriter, a hell of a singer, a hell of a performer. I mean, his voice is like he's fucking gargling a bag of rocks, but it's just so good, dude. It's so like airy and gravelly and emotion, and the way he plays his stage presence is unbelievable. You're gonna love him. He fits right down your alley, dude, for sure. Like you're gonna love him.
Sweet.
And if you don't love him, you're a dickhead.
Yeah.
You know, so the one thing I do want to kind of talk about, because I haven't talked about that on the podcast before. But you know me, there's a lot of people out there that think I'm like this guy who takes things too far, who will say anything, who will just runs his mouth, who, you know, whatever.
And these people
Uh,
would be 100% correct.
nice. But what's funny is that those people that think that is one thing, but what's crazy is the amount of younger artists like yourself, like like Tyler Bond's dad talked to me the other day, Peyton Howie's mom, Peyton Riley's mom, Peyton Riley and Peyton Howie's grandparents both, you know, like what's crazy is that y'all's parents trust me, right, to be like to be there, you know, to be around y'all and to like and for y'all to look up to me or what or however you want to look at it. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it's kind of a rad experience because that's not something I ever expected. I thought, you know what I mean? I thought that parents were always going to be like, no, screw that guy. You can't hang around that guy. You can't. No, no, no way. You're, you know. So or were any of those conversations ever had with your parents about hanging out with me or going on the road with me or anything?
No, I mean, uh, my folks love you, and it's just like as soon as I started talking about putting that bill together, um, like we were going live. It was when our lives kind of started kicking; they were hitting well,
Yeah.
and we were having such a great time. And the people were enjoying it so much, and they would hop on there and watch, and they understood like what the dynamic was, and um, like they're like, we gotta get Jeff. Jeff's got to be on the road. I mean, it's uh,
Cool.
you bring that not level of like dumbassery, but John's very serious songwriter.
Right.
Um, I'm just some dumbass kid that writes songs, and like Jeff, you're right in the middle of. You have some really funny songs. They're really well written. And you also have some really great deep stuff, and like it leveled out our three, our three man. I think that's what leveled us out so well on that one, was
Yeah.
like serious dumbass kid Jeff. Like it was.
Yeah, but man, I don't ever put you in that dumbass kid mode. Like, I mean, I know talking to your dad and stuff, he would tell me some shit, but it's like, I've never seen you act in a way that is like super immature or anything like that. Like you're always where you need to be. I mean, there's a couple times where you're like kind of hurting me and John, you know what I mean? Where you were kind of like the adult in the room, especially like the Windsor, you know what I mean? You were the one that was kind of like getting us going in the direction we need to go, you know? And so I'd give yourself some credit. Like give yourself some credit on that deal, man. And you're talking to somebody. I have a 15-year-old, right? I have a 26-year-old. Like I've raised kids. I hang out with kids uh quite often and like it's pretty impressive. It's pretty impressive how you act and how you write for your age. It's like me and John were talking about that cuz you're a good songwriter, right? Like you're a good songwriter. You write good songs and you deliver them believably on stage. Big time. But
Yeah.
you're 17 and it's like imagine what this kid's going to be able to do by the time he's 30. Like imagine what this kid's going to be able to do once he gets his like really goes through some shit. Like really goes through some shit cuz it's going to happen. It happens to all of us, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Uh I mean the reason John and I can pull from all the other places cuz we live so much life, dude. And there's been so many things that have happened uh and but it is pretty cool to see someone with your age to be so far advanced in both the way you carry yourself in public, the way you play on stage, and the way you write. It's pretty awesome. So kudos to you. But I said the same thing to Braden Stewart. Like Braden Stewart's the same way, dude. Y'all are both so far, and Peyton Howie's the same way. You are so far above y'all's, peers when it comes to that shit. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
and, I mean, music right now has got a great coming up, scene. I was just in Nashville for, like, a week, and I just hung out with, other young singer-songwriters for, like, 5 days, and, dude, we're gonna be alright, I promise that.
Yeah.
We're gonna be alright because I was hanging around kids, and usually when I think of going to and hanging around younger artists, my age, um, I I kinda cringe at it because there's a lot of kids there that aren't, to that level of, ability and talent yet because they're just getting started. But these I showed up in a room and, like, there's 7 of us in the room, and I'm the least talented one, and I'm always, like, looking around at all of them, and they're still on school. And I'm like, "How how
Yeah.
how? Like, how have y'all been kept from the world?" Like,
Because they
there's
live in Nashville.
well, no, they're all in tech all they're all
Oh,
tech
okay, cool.
songwriters,
Oh,
but
cool.
we were in Nashville for an award show, and so we were all just
Gotcha.
there to hang out for a week. Um, but, like, seriously, dude, there's some incredible talent. I just played with my buddy Tristan Robertson. He's great, dude. Tristan's
Yeah,
incredible.
I met him at the TCMAs this year. He won one of the TCMAs, and we talked backstage a little bit, super respectful. Yeah, and he killed it on stage. He sounded great too.
He's great, man. I mean, Peyton's great. Peyton Riley, she's great. There's
Yeah.
so many in that group. Dylan Reese, Henry Williams. I mean, these guys aren't none of them are older than 22. None of them are younger than 15, 16.
Yeah.
But I mean, like the music scene's incredible coming up, and I'm super excited for it.
Yeah, me too. That is one thing that gives me hope is the amount of young artists that I see that are kind of hitting on all cylinders. It's pretty cool to watch. And what's really cool is they're all doing it the right way. They're not looking for shortcuts. They're out writing songs. They're going to co-writes. I mean, every time I turn around, Henry or Elle or Peyton or you, I mean, everybody's wanting to write all the time. It's like, let's write a song, let's write a song, let's write a song. And that's like that. I don't remember that being around when I was y'all's age. Like when I was y'all's age, it wasn't, that wasn't even a thing.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, for me, it's huge because what I've told the group from if there's one thing I've learned being on the road and doing this full time, getting out of school, hitting the road at 14, um, it's good songs find the right people. And then it
Yeah.
may take a while, but if you write good songs and good music, people care, and the people that don't piss on them. But like
Well,
if you go and you find the right places and the right people, you find good music will find good fans. That's what I've
yeah.
always believed, and I'll always believe that. Good
Yeah.
music, if you write and you have a great producer and y'all work on this incredible craft, of a song, then it's gonna find the right people, and they're gonna like it. And I mean, that's for me. I put more pressure on myself writing now than I did when I was writing my first album because
Yeah.
now I have that kind of level to uphold. Then I'll go on a dry spell for a few weeks and I'll, reconsider music in general. But it's
Yeah.
like everybody has that kind of spell, and I mean I'm young in the scene and I'm trying to, I'm as much as I've been around everybody, I'm still new. I
Yeah.
mean I'm a lot less green than some people would think, but at the end of the day, it's always learning. You're still learning. You're never done.
Oh,
Nobody knows
for
everything
sure.
about the business, and
Yeah, ever. I mean, I've been doing this for 30 something years and or almost 30 years since I played my first show ever. And dude, I learned something every day. Like you gotta, in order to be successful, you gotta keep growing. You gotta keep learning. You gotta take self inventory and you gotta figure out what's up. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about like the folks, what, like how much of an impact did it have for you growing up in that pool hall and seeing William Clark Green play and seeing BJ Barham play and seeing, uh, all those kid John Moreland and all those cats come through there, um, and they love you. Like how much of an influence did that have on you getting to where you are right now?
Huge,
Yeah.
huge. I wouldn't be where I'm at without BJ Barham, William Clark Green, and Shane Smith and the Saints, and that's a hill I'll die on. But
Yeah.
that's that was my introduction. I didn't grow up with, my dad's era was the ragweed era. Um, Growing up college town bar hopping with ragweed, and for me, that was the Turnpike was my ragweed. Was their my generation's ragweed is Turnpike kind of thing.
Yeah.
And but I really enjoyed I don't know, something about American Aquarium and William Clark Green and Shane Smith and the Saints. Like those guys have shaped me as a songwriter and as a person. And that's something I'll always be grateful for. They've always taken the time out of their day to help me with whatever I needed, um, to hang out with me, to put me on shows. We got to play with Shane Smith and the Saints at Kane's Ballroom on Valentine's Day. And like, I wouldn't have dreamed of getting to do that. Like, that
Yeah.
was a lot of people are like, I want to play a stadium one day. I want to do this. I want to do this. But when I was 12 years old, I went and saw them right before COVID at Kane's Ballroom. And I was like, I'm gonna get to do this one day. I'm gonna get to play with them one day. And that was like the biggest full circle I've ever gotten to make. Um, but like you can tell through my writing and through our production of songs, that I'm an American Aquarium fan, or you can watch me on stage and you'll be like, all right, this is kind of what he does. This is what he does. This is where he gets this and this from. And like, I pull these
Yeah.
different things from 100 artists and create my own unique show. And, yeah, I really like those guys.
Well, it's pretty awesome to watch, man, for sure. It's yeah, I don't remember when we first met. It had to be at the was it TCMAs? Is that when we first met?
I believe so. Yeah.
Like 3 or 4 years ago? Something like that?
That'd be three.
3? Were you up for an award?
I was not the first year,
Okay.
but last year I was, and then this year I wasn't. So,
Yeah, I've never been up for an award. I mean, I was for the industry awards, but I've never been up for an award for the artist side of things ever. But it's also because I don't play the game and I think awards are fucking stupid. But that's just me.
yeah. Yeah, it's all, I mean, it's just it's just popularity contests at some points, but I think that for, as far as they go, I think they serve their purpose for the people that, because there's a lot of people that they live for those award shows, there's a lot of people that they sweat it out 360 some odd days a year just to hit those award shows and get
It's
that.
gross, dude. It's fucking gross.
And it's like, man,
It's
there's so much of
gross.
the world. Yeah. Like,
It's gross. It's fucking weird that you're gonna try to recruit it. Like, I promised Linda that I wouldn't say anything else about how stupid awards are, and I try not to, but it's like I understand that it's more for your fans than it is for you. Like it's more of like a thing that your fans achieve than it is you achieved. But it's just like these people that go out. Like I don't want to win an award if I have to nominate myself and then I have to go out and beg for votes. Like I don't want to win that award. I mean, if I win an award, I want it to be because of merit and because people thought that I was worthy of it.
mhm.
And to me, it's just so gross watching these people be like, vote for me for these fucking awards and vote for me for these awards. And I got some of my friends that I respect hugely, and I see them do it. I'm just like, ugh. But I don't know. I have different strokes for different folks,
I
I
can
guess.
tell you, I can tell you this, the guys that matter, they don't care about the awards, and so
Uh-uh.
that's as far as I'll go with it. Like, I'm not here to piss anybody off, but I mean, it's cool. I think
Come
like
on, you don't
winning
wanna
award-
piss nobody off?
I'm not here to piss people off, but um,
How
I'll
can he
leave
get
that
it
to
out
Jeff
of you?
Canada. I'll leave that to Jeff Canada.
Uh, well, I mean, listen, you do you, right? You do you, but I'm allowed to have an opinion about it. You know what I
100%.
mean? Like it's cool. You want to do that, do that. But again, I'm allowed to have an opinion, just like you're allowed to have an opinion about me telling the crowd to shut the fuck up, or I'm not talking about you, but like the
Right.
public or other artists. Like there's so many people that have opinions of me because I'll say fuck on stage or because talk shit about people with iPads or whatever. And so you're allowed to have that opinion. I'm allowed to have the opinion that it's kind of a douchey thing to beg for an award.
Yeah. I think it feels weird as an artist. Like, it doesn't feel good because and I've talked to other artists that have won the awards, and they're like, it's so less like, when you get an award, it should feel good. You should get this good feeling about yourself. You win the award, you know, you worked all year, you were on the road, you were doing this, you were writing songs all year, you've been doing this, you've been making the work, you've been doing all these things this year to build your fan base and to provide this high quality um, music that they can intake. And an award should be, um, you know, recognizing that hard work. But that's not what it is anymore. An award
Right.
is now, okay, whoever has more followers on Instagram and can get more people to their website is going to get this award. And that's just, I mean, everybody has their own thoughts on things. And, but I mean, I'm just here to put out good music, and awards are the last thing on my mind. Like, if
Yeah,
I get
me too.
one, great, people care about me. Um, I mean, I still wouldn't believe you if you told me I won an award because I never expect to. I've talked to
Yeah.
Jordan Ricks about this a lot. He's like, I've never won an award. I've been up for millions. He's like, it doesn't, I mean, there's no reason to let anything get you down in the industry. There's already enough trying to push you down. Like,
Yeah.
don't let yourself add more stuff on top of that. Like it, like, I still go to the award shows. I love them. I love going to the
Yeah.
award
Yeah,
shows.
me too.
And like TCMAs, I love going to TCMAs, T3R. I love going to all of them and seeing my friends and cheering for the people that won awards and worked hard that year to get them. And it's like, that's what it's about. It's not about the awards when you go there. It's about rooting on your peers that work hard for what they do. You know, being around your peers that are incredible friends.
Yeah.
Um, and that's why I love it. You know.
Yeah, me too. That's why I go. I go every year and I mean we were both there this year. I mean, I go every year just because it gives me the opportunity to see people that I don't normally get to see and get to hang out and I pay very little attention to the actual awards though. Like I don't even really pay attention to what's going on. I'm just kind of walking around. And the one thing that is pretty rad though is when I go to the TCMAs, like and that's one thing that's hard for me to wrap my head around, right? Because I still view myself as this stupid dipshit ballroom bard who just like who just put out some songs and I don't really understand like the respect or whatever for me, but like it's crazy when I'm in those environments because people there, like just other musicians, other artists, so they treat me like I treat William Clark Green. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And that's
Yeah.
kind of a weird that it took me a long time to kind of like be okay with that. Because it's like, I don't know, it's just so strange for people to be wanting to stop me and take a picture with me and want my autograph or ask my opinion or say, "Hey, I want to come on your podcast," or you know what I mean? It's just like all this the signs of respect and it's pretty rad.
Yeah. And that's another one of the follower things. Like, I'll go around with Tristan and um these other guys on the road that like at festivals, I'll go around with people that have followers on Instagram and stuff. And like, we'll always get stopped, and everybody that's in the media and stuff, they always go crazy over them. And it's just because of the followers and stuff. I mean, they put out great music,
Yeah.
like, but it's like we do the same thing, and like it's a weird feel because it's not a jealousy thing, right?
No.
Because it's not a jealousy thing. Like I'm completely fine with people not caring about me or knowing who I am. But when you're achieving more on the road and you're living and doing it all the hard work the right way, and there's people that also are getting recognized without doing all the hard work, it sucks, man. Like it's very discouraging in the industry, and I've never let that get me down.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, I've never really let that bother me much, but I assume it bothers a lot of people, and I kind of want to talk that up.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of bitter musicians talk about it. Like, I have one buddy of mine, I won't say his name, but he was kind of on the up and or come up whenever Eli Young Band was coming up, and the Eli Young Band was, like, following them around and opening up for them everywhere they went, then all of a sudden, Eli Young just kinda took off, and, and this guy's not even playing anymore. And so it's I I don't look at what anybody else is really doing. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I follow what everybody does because I'm a fan of music and I'm a fan of the industry. But I don't really pay attention to what, to how, I remember when Peyton Howie one time, she always opened up for me, and then her mom called me up and was like, "Hey, I just don't want this to be a slap in the face, but, would you mind opening up for Peyton at this show?" And I was like, "A slap in the face? I would fucking love to." Like, to me,
Right.
we're all the same. That's same with
Yeah.
Trent Cowie. It's
There's no
like,
levels for when you're
no,
like, yeah.
no, not at all for me. Like, I'll hang out with anybody. Yeah, I'll hang out with anybody. I'll talk to anybody. But there's a lot of jealousy and a lot of backstabbing in this industry for sure.
And the fans though in the industry, they don't see it as we're all the same level. That's the
Right.
issue. Like I can't walk around with Ty Myers in Steamboat, Colorado at the music fest. We couldn't go anywhere because
Yeah.
we'd be sitting there taking pictures for 3 hours, and it's just like at what point does it happen for it? Because it doesn't happen for everybody. Like you said, people with incredible talent, they don't make it. There's a lot of people that don't make it that have great talent, you know?
Yeah,
But
I'm one of them.
but, like, it's wild to me that people will stand there, bawl their eyes out front row to, like, Ty Myers shows. And then, like, I'm hanging out with Ty Myers, and he's just a goofy kid, like, just like me, you know? It's just it's so weird to me, but I understand it. I understand feeling emotion at shows, and that's great. That's what you're supposed to do. You're there to get away from everything and engage in the experience of a live show. But it does crack me up sometimes. Like this this goofy guy is the same guy that's making all these people cry in the crowd. It's like they're not the same. Like there's I don't know if you have this or not. I'm ranting at this point,
You're good.
but like, there's a stage you and there's a, like, off stage you. Like, once you're on stage, you brought like, you do it. It's a different there's, like, a different thing that clicks in my head for me.
Yeah.
Not maybe not for you,
Most
but
people, but I'm fucking psycho.
I I could imagine. Um, but, like, when you're on stage, it's all business, you take care of it, you do it, you get everything done, you put on a good show, blah, blah, blah. We like to act like somebody's punched us in the back the whole show. So we get up and move and we get around the stage. And but like you get off stage and it's funny because we'll go off stage from rocking out and doing this crazy show to like just shaking people and say, "Oh, did you enjoy the show tonight? Oh, how are you doing? And like just this like very cool, uptight, nice guy. Not uptight, but like super nice. Like it's always funny to see like the stage you compared to the you know
Yeah. I've listen. I've hung out with a lot of artists, and I've seen it. Like me, I'm not that way. But I've never been that way. Like I've always been me 100% of the time. Like
Yeah,
I've never altered the way I interact with people. I'm always me. I mean, I know you've noticed that. I mean, I treat everyone the same regardless of your stature. When I get off, to me, when I get off stage and go to that handshake time, to me, I'm still viewing that as being entertaining. So I'm like goofing off and talking shit and cracking jokes and there'd be a dude, some big muscle bound dude with a chick, and I'm gonna hit on her just because like that's what I would do on stage. That's just what I do. It doesn't mean I'm actually interested at all. It's just one of those things where I'm always trying to figure out how to get people to remember me. You know what I mean? Uh and I'm just an attention whore to the fucking max, bro. And so I luckily don't have that, but I've definitely seen that. And it's not really that drastic of a change though,
No.
right? Where I've seen some people where it's like they go on stage and they're just and then get off stage and like and you're just like, why are you doing this? Like, you're doing this just for that up there? Like there's a lot more to this whole fucking thing than just that up there,
Yeah.
you know? And so, but people think I'm a negative Nancy anyway, so fuck them. Like suck my butthole. Did I say that out loud?
That's a new Jeff Canada shirt right there. If you don't
Suck my
like me, suck my butthole.
Yeah, there we
It's a
go.
new
That's
shirt.
yeah. Yeah. My
New
my
merch
I'm
dropping soon.
my merch company really pissed me off whenever that video went viral to shut the fuck up because I sent them a message, hey, let's do a design right now and get it up on the website that says shut the fuck up and listen. Uh, and they didn't do it, and I think I missed a golden opportunity there.
Man, that's what listening rooms like Wisconsin, like the room. I wish they'd have signs like that everywhere, or
Yeah,
hosts like that everywhere. Because before we walked on stage, Pogo gets up there and he goes, "We're standing in the hallway, wait, get ready to go on stage," and we all look at each other because we hear him go, "All right, guys, time to shut the fuck up,"
yeah,
because that's what I mean. And he just tells them flat out, like, "Hey, do not talk during these guys' shows. This is what we
yeah,
do. This is how we respect the artist. This is how we don't respect the artist. We're here for a good time, but not to laugh, and talk with each other while they're on stage."
right,
And like, I don't know if you noticed it or not, but you can't order your drinks in that room. You're not allowed to
right,
physically tell them. You have to write it down on a notepad, give it to your waitress, and they'll bring you your drinks and food. And it's God, man, I love that place. I will like everybody that's ever played there. I talked to the ED about it. Like it's magical.
it is magical.
The
And
people
what's
show up.
crazy, and listen, if there's any bar, if okay, if there's any venue owners watching this, I doubt they are, but if there is, I want you to know there is a whole fucking group of people out there that want to listen to live music. The number one comment that I got on that viral video is I don't even go out to see live music anymore because I don't want to hear the table next to me talk about what they're doing. I want to hear the artist. Those people are no longer coming to your bars. And so, that's part of the problem is, most venues got to where it's like they want to have something, a little something for everybody now. Whereas back in the day, like the Engine Room here in Houston, they didn't have TVs on the wall. They didn't have a game room. They didn't have Golden Tee. They didn't have none of that shit. It was like you pay a ticket, you walk in, you watch the band. That's what you're doing. It's everything is about the music. But now you go into a venue and it's like they got Golden Tee over here. They got a punching bag over here. They got some sort of fucking huge ass Jenga game that makes a fucking huge racket, scares the shit out of everybody. When it
Yeah,
falls,
yeah.
they got an outdoor area, and so all the kids are running around out there, and it's like, and then they run in and out back and forth to their tables. You got kids running around everywhere, and it's like we need more live music venues that are just about the music. That's it. And there are people out there. There's enough people out there that want that. There is. I'm telling you, you can have a thriving business and be that way, you know?
100%. 100%. I
But
wish
most of these places don't see that.
no, they see that you telling people to shut up is ruining their business.
Right.
That's how they see it instead of Oh, if these people be quiet and enjoy the show, we'd have 100 more people here because more people would come out and see the show. Then they'd all tell more friends about it, and then we'd really have a packed out. Nobody sees it that way. Um,
Yeah,
and it's tough to get people out to see you live, and that the last thing we need is more reasons for them to not come see us. Okay,
yeah,
they can already go listen to us whenever they want, wherever they want.
yeah,
Okay, so why would they come see? Well, because they want to come see us live. Okay, well, let's give them a better reason to come see us live. If they can't hear what we're singing, why would they come see us live? Because they can't hear us over the table next to them talking.
yeah,
I mean, it like, can we just people are upset about people not coming to shows, but they don't realize they're the ones causing the epidemic.
yeah,
Like they're spreading the flu, but they don't know it,
yeah.
and they're
And they
not
don't
going to tell you.
care. You know, they
Yeah, they
don't
don't
care
care.
because they're making their 30, $40,000 for the night or whatever it is, and they're making it. And uh, but that's why I always say there's a huge difference between a live music venue and a menu venue or a bar. It's like there's live music venues out there, and then there's places that have live music because they think it's going to help their business. But what's funny is it doesn't. That's the funny part about it is it's like you're hiring this live music, it doesn't really help your business. It doesn't help. Like you could take that band off that stage and put the radio on, and those same people are still gonna be there because the music is not the focal point. So it just doesn't make any sense. But hey, if y'all wanna be stupid enough to keep paying me 500, $1,000, come set up at your stupid fucking bar and play bullshit songs for people that don't give a fuck, then keep blowing your money, that's fine, idiots.
How do you feel about DJs?
Man, I think everyone should just do what they do. There needs to be more accountability on all the way from the top. Like I don't knock anyone's hustle, right? So there's a place where DJs are better. I mean, I say that all the time. Like why hire a band? You should have a DJ here. Or not even a DJ, just turn on the fucking just some
Spotify,
Spotify.
like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Um you know, and just like the iPad thing or any of that stuff, I wouldn't care what anybody does if it was done in the right places. You know what I mean? Like to me, if you're gonna play, I've gone over this on the podcast before, but the way it used to work, right? Because we didn't have YouTube, we didn't have iPads, we didn't have, you know, looper pedals, and we didn't have all the stuff we have now. What you used to do, the way the business used to work, right? You went to a party or something, and some dude was playing guitar and singing a song, and he got all the pussy that night, right? And so you thought, I want to do that. So you go out and you get your parents buy you this cheap ass $100 guitar, whatever. And you sit in your room and you want to do it so bad. You sit in your room and you just bang on that fucking guitar for hours and hours till your fingers bled, man. Hours and hours just beating the shit out of this guitar. And then you got good enough where it's like, hey man, I think I'm gonna invite some buddies over, right? And then you put your little garage band together. And so you're playing in the garage and you're practicing a few days a week or whatever, and you're just loving it. It's not about being famous. It's not about being great. It's not even about writing good songs. It's just about some dudes getting in and just making music. And then you get good enough where you start to invite some friends over to watch y'all practice, So then you got 5, 6 people in the garage and you're playing to those people, and the whole time you're getting better. And then it's time, hey, guess what? We have 4 or 5 songs. Now it's time to play our talent show. So you go out and you play the talent show, and you might win, you might not, but you're getting a chance to get in front of people and put it out there, right? And then you start going out to open mics and you start putting yourself on public places, and you start this whole time, you're just getting a little bit better, 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 right? And then all of a sudden it's time to go open for somebody. And it's like, okay, you're gonna go play a little 30-minute set, you're gonna open for somebody, and you're gonna watch how they do it. You're gonna watch how the headliners do it. You're gonna do that for a couple years. And then it's time to start booking your own shows. You know what I mean? So you're going through all of these steps to become a better entertainer, a better musician, a better businessman, just everything better. Well, now that's all gone. What's happening now is somebody goes out and buys a guitar and they sit down for 3 months, they learn 30 songs, and then next thing you know, they're out playing music in front of people. It's that fast. They didn't learn like they didn't go through any of the things that they should have gone through, so that way when they sit on that stage, they're ready to go. You know what I mean?
100%.
And so when I look at DJs and I look at iPads and I look at AI music and I look at all the other things, the problem is all that stuff does is cheapens music. It lowers the value of music, especially live music. Because the more music that's out there, it's like anything else, man. It's like supply and demand. The more supply there is, the less demand there is for it. You
Yeah.
know, and that's just where we are. It's where the industry is. I think that's where everybody's at. I mean, dude, you and I went to Ho Chi Town Saloon and saw two, in my opinion, two of the best bands out there, right? Two of the most entertaining, best bands out there. That was the Teague Brothers, and they opened up for William Carr Green. And there was 350 people, 400 people in the room. It was on a Sunday night, wasn't crazy busy. But man, like the T brothers are up there just fucking murdering it, dude. Like they sounded great. They looked great. John was feeling it. And you look out and nobody audience gave two flying fucks. They got their back, they're 10 feet from the stage with their back to him.
Yeah.
You know, and then Will took the stage and it got a little bit better, but it wasn't great.
Mhm. We stood there and I mean, yeah, we were down the pit for a little while, but I mean, you saw nobody
Yeah.
there are people over there having beers, hanging out at the table, and it's like they don't give a shit who's on
Yeah.
stage. They're there because their girlfriends dragged them out to come hear one song they heard 4 years ago because they're not really fans, but they just wanna come see them. And they came to drink and party, but they're like, "Oh, it's the band that plays, Rose Queen or whatever big Texas hit he had at the time they were paying
Yeah.
attention to music," and it's like these is his whole Will's band's for one thing impeccable. His
Yeah.
I love Will's band. And these songs, I mean, it's incredible. Teague
And
Brothers,
he knows how to put together an entertaining set. He knows how to fucking work a crowd. But if the crowd's not, and that's the whole thing. If the crowd's not paying attention, it's hard to work them. And then, I used to back in the day, I used to have a saying, there's no such thing as a shitty crowd. There's only shitty entertainers. And that used to be the case because used to it would be a game for me. I would get on stage and I would say, okay, how am I going to turn these people? But nowadays, I get on stage and it's like, I don't even have the fucking energy to try. Like, I want to, but I know you're not gonna be able to turn them. You know what I mean? You're gonna get 1 or 2 for sure, but you're gonna get 1 or 2 whether you try or not. Just be good at what you do. And that's why these house concerts, man, are feeding my soul, bro. Because every time I do one, I'm playing in front of 15 to 30 people, and every time I get 15 to 30 Instagram followers. They take care of me financially. They want me to be there. I don't have to deal with door guys. I don't have to deal with managers. I don't deal with bookers. I don't have to deal with set times or start and tear down.
sound check
I don't.
time. Because
Yeah,
when people don't understand how shows work, people think that we show up, we walk on stage, and we play songs.
yeah,
And that can't be further from the truth. What we get
right.
to do on stage is the fun part of our
Yeah.
job. The
Oh,
work
sure.
part is being at a venue. We have to be there sometimes 11 a.m.
Yeah.
Sometimes we gotta be there at 11 a.m.
And don't play
and we
till 8 or
set up,
9.
and then we go on at 8 or 9, so we spend the entire day there because we
Yeah.
can't go anywhere else. And, like, it's depressing as a like, you show up and you're just in a town one day, then you get done with your show at 9:30. If you go on at 8, you get done at usually 10 because you'll do 90 minutes and then plus an encore if you're getting it, you
Yeah.
know? And you don't get to load up and you have to go shake hands, which you get to. You don't have to. You get to. You get to
Yeah.
go shake hands with these awesome people that stuck around. But then it's before you know it, it's 12 a.m. and all your stuff's still on stage. So you got to pack it up. Now it's 1:30, 1 a.m. Depends on how much stuff you have. 1:30 a.m. And then you got to drive to the next town you're playing. The sound check's at 11 a.m. And
Yeah.
it's like it's brutal of what we do on the road. Like, and then we're doing this, 7 days a week, and we're going from hand to gas tank with money. I
Yeah,
mean, we're not making, we're not making much.
yeah,
Good shows, but like we're doing it for the love of the game, to grow as people and musicians, and that's what I tell my band. Like, I don't care if people are out here as long as we get better tonight and we grow as musicians and people from this show. That's all I care about. We're gonna
yeah,
put on a good show.
yeah.
That is what it is.
Yeah, oh, dude, 100%, man. And that's the same way that and you're doing it for that hope that this show you're gonna have one of those magical crowds because every now and then you have one of those shows where it's like, "This is it. This is it. Like, this is why I do this right fucking here because I got them eating out of the palm of my hand. I could sleep with any chick in that audience I want to if I wanted to.
Yeah.
Like, it's I have all like, this is why you do it." You know what I mean? And then you'll talk about that show like we are Boxcars for the next 3 months because you won't have another one until 3, 4, 5, 6 months goes by, and you're like, "Nah, surprise! Here's another rad ass fucking crowd." Uh, it's funny, man, because I do love it. Like I love it to my soul. You know what I mean? I love it to my bones. I love entertaining people. I love being on stage. I love people making people laugh. I love people making people cry and think. And I love I love it whenever you get that perfect synchronicity between you, your band, and the audience. Like when you hit those and you're hitting on all cylinders, there's nothing better. But
Yeah.
it's also pretty rare. It's a pretty rare thing when all of those things kind of collide. It's very rare.
Yeah, we played a place in Pueblo, Colorado, and like I remember it because it was that show. We connected with the people. We showed up and the venue had 100 people there for us, and like we're not used to that yet. And we'll never probably be super used to it. We'll always be thankful for people coming to our shows because at the end of the day, we're just some guys that make a lot of noise on stage and, tell stories through all this stupid noise. But like, we showed up, 100 people were there. They know our songs. Like the venue did their job. Like we pushed it, we promoted. The venue did their job. They put out our music with posts. They put posters up. They did it the right way. Venues are supposed to do it. And like, man, I love those shows. And the venue took incredible care of us. They treat us like we're royalty. Venues don't realize how far that goes. We get treated like dog shit day to day.
Yeah,
Like for you to care about what I do so much to book me to come play here means the world to me. But on top of that, you're gonna treat me like royalty while I'm here. You have an artist that'll come there for life because of that.
100%. Yeah, there's so many venues out there where you'll show up and you won't even talk to a manager until it's time to get paid.
Mm-mm.
Like they don't even, or the
And
server
they
comes up
say
to you and
good job,
yeah,
thank you for coming. Here's your check.
yeah, yeah.
They
Or
walk
the
off.
server, like the server doesn't really care that you're there. But then you go to some venues and they like roll out the red carpet for you. It's like, man, we're so glad you are here. Like Boxcars, they promoted the shit out of that show. We sold that room out. Um, they promoted the shit out of that show and they treated us like we're royalty, and it's super nice. And I'm not saying I'm some diva that needs to be treated some way because it's not that. It's just a respect thing, right? It's I don't know, man. Musicians have historically been treated like shit. Like that's go back and listen to like the Little Richard days and you know what I'm saying? And they've always been treated like shit. You've
Yeah,
always been treated like a second.
but when a venue treats you right, it's like when you go over to somebody's house and they have everything cleaned, it's nice.
Yeah.
Like it's like you can tell they took the extra time to go out of their way to make sure you have a good experience.
Yeah.
And
100%.
and it goes so much further than they know. Like some of them don't even realize that they're making that big of an impact.
Right.
But like we have a venue that treats us like that. The next 5 months we're having a good day because of it, you know, because we're thinking,
Yeah.
man, Miss Carol down the street doesn't give a shit I'm playing here, but that one time 5 months ago, that venue, they cared, you
Yeah.
know, and it makes you
Yeah.
feel good about yourself that these people, even though you're a nobody, not like nobody's, I think everybody's a somebody, but
Yeah.
like, even though you're not a huge artist, they still treat you like you are. They treat you like family. They treat you with respect and, you know, they talk and it's just, yeah, it goes so much further than people know.
But what's funny about those venues, those are also the same venues. 99.9% of the time, they also treat their patrons that way.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And 99.9% of the time, if you're going to be treated shitty by a venue, they treat their patrons shitty too. So it all kind of goes hand in hand. That Windsor place we played, man, they fuck, they rolled it like we stayed there for like 4 hours after the show. They were giving
Yeah.
us booze and and drugs and not you because you're underage, but like drugs and fucking food. Like he would cook us like gourmet burgers at like 1:30 in the morning. Remember that shit?
That was, and to this day, I talk about it. It's probably one of my favorite burgers I've
Yeah.
ever had, and those fries were the bomb, and, like, yeah, I mean, they sent you out the door with I mean, it was just incredible because
And that one,
we were sitting at the bar about to leave for the people that didn't know, and it's like 12:30, 12:45-ish, almost
yeah.
1, and we're like, "Hey, what's open around here?" He's like, "We are." Like, "Sit your asses down, I'll cook you some food." So he goes back, fires up the grill, and,
Yeah.
like, cooks us food, man, like,
Yeah.
and, like, that but we're talking about it. We're
Right.
talking about it, right? Like,
Right.
that's the thing, we're talking about how incredible they treated us. That's how like, I've played 100 shows since then. Not really, but you get the point.
Yeah.
But we're talking about this one. Why? Because they treated us incredible. They treat us
Yeah.
like I'm not dissing any of the other venues I played at all. Um, but I am saying that, like, please treat the artists like they're somebody's, and they'll go out of their way to come back to play your venue.
Yeah. And
They will
promote the shit
yeah,
out of your venue.
100%.
Yeah.
They'll tell
But
other
if you
artists about your venue.
Yeah, but if you treat the artists like shit, they're gonna fucking tell everybody, "Hey, yeah, they treated us like shit there." Yeah, 100%. Like, it's not that hard, it's not that difficult. It's a relationships business. You know what I mean? And you gotta do everything you can do to build relationships. That means you treat people well, period, end of sentence. I mean, when we did that run, we all treated each other well. We all took care of each other because we wanna do this again. If one of us was being an asshole or treating somebody like shit, you know what I mean? You're not gonna do it again. So it's all about building relationships. But hey, we can rail on that shit all day long. Let's got a few more minutes here. What do you got coming up? What's cool that you got coming up?
Oh, man. We're currently working on a big Wyoming run through Wyoming, down back to Oklahoma through Colorado. So be on the lookout for that. I've never been up there before. I know we have some fans up there. Um, so be ready for that. I'm also I'm coming into I'm doing a lot of writing in Nashville, in Texas, going back and forth to a lot of co-writes. So we got some new music coming. New hoodies. We have new merch and stuff that just got here, and it will be on our website soon. So by the time y'all are listening to this, should be up. Y'all go check it out, please. It puts a little bit of dough in our pockets, and you get some really cool hoodies. It's hoodie season. We got some new hoodies. So, that's pretty much it. We don't have anything stupid crazy coming up, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's getting in kind of slow season right now, the
Yeah, yeah.
holidays. Are you going to
Holidays.
Steamboat this year?
I am. Yeah, well, that's gonna be on the Wyoming run. We're leaving on like December 26th, and we'll be out for I think 3 weeks.
Very
Um,
cool, man.
Steamboat's part of that. I always love being there. I had to make an excuse to be up there for it. So
Yeah, for sure. It's such a fun place. It's such a nice. It's pretty awesome up there for sure. All right, brother. Well, I'm gonna let you off here, man. I'll get this thing up and running probably on Friday and get it out for y'all, for everybody. Anything else you want to let everybody know?
My name's Ty Smith. I'm from Sand Springs, Oklahoma. I'm 17 years old, and if you don't like me today, come check me out tomorrow. I'll probably have a different voice.
Ah, look at you. I like it. That's pretty good. That's pretty catchy. You
That's
know,
my favorite song.
I just took a marketing director's job. And so like I'm constantly in the brain of like slogans, like trying to find like slogans, you know? It's a cool thing to do, but I'm glad I took this job. It's going to allow me to have a pretty flexible schedule, but also be able to kind of check some other boxes and tell some stories through marketing, which is cool. Which is cool.
It's awesome. I like that.
All right, brother. Well, let's hop off here, man. Just remember, don't dip out till it gets done uploading.
Right. Yeah,
Nothing
I'm
else you want. Nothing else you want to. Are you single? Let's get that out of the way. Are you single?
uh single, and my bass player manages all the dating apps I'm on, so you go check us out.
Nice, dude. Are you
It's
on
good.
Tinder?
Oh, all of it. Yeah, yeah. We're on all
Yeah.
of them, I'm pretty sure. I think.
Yeah.
If we're not,
You're,
I'm sure we get them all. Bumble,
you're on
right? Yeah.
farmers.com,
Farmers only, yeah. I'm pretty sure we hit every market. Um,
plentyoffish.com.
so yeah, if you're single or if you have children that are 17, you should tell them to go check out Ty Smith and the Minor Offenses.
Yeah.
Go do that too.
Yeah. I tell you what, have your daughter date a musician. Nothing bad can happen.
It always works out, I promise. It
Always.
never goes wrong.
Oh, it never goes wrong. All
Never.
right, buddy. Let's hop off here, man.
All right, thank you, buddy. It's good to see you.